Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and today I'm back with another first-time watching slash reaction, if you will, video, where I basically just give you my really laid-back thoughts on a movie that I watched for the first time. I've been doing this all month of October. I did it with John Carpenter's The Thing, I did it with Trick or Treat, and now I'm doing it with an 80s horror classic, and that is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, this movie came out in 1984. I didn't know much about it going into it, except for the fact that it had Freddy Krueger as the villain, the horror icon, if you will, because I know that he is very prominent. He's become a pop culture icon, just like Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. So I obviously knew about Freddy Krueger and his claws, his knives going into the movie. And did I enjoy this movie? It was alright. I watched this for the first time on October 1st, so this is a little bit of a later video, because I really wanted to let this one sit before I gave you guys my first time thoughts. I typed up a Letterboxd review. You can check it out there at Filmstocked. My name, Chris, will pop up. Essentially, going out of this movie, I thought that it was just way too cheesy, and that's kind of an issue that I have with a lot of these 80s horror movies, is the fact that they are too cheesy and they aren't really scary in a sense, and I'm not scared too easily. I kind of stray away from the demonic horror, if you know me, but with this movie, it was just like, oh my goodness, this is a little too over the top, the way that he would just chase some of the girls through alleys or boiler rooms. It was like, this is not very scary. It was just way too cheesy. I think Halloween did it significantly better. The score in Halloween also enhances that movie. But I was just like kind of on the fence about the whole premise of the dreams, being killed in your dreams. It's a very scary premise, so that I have to give it credit for, because dreams are terrifying in and of themselves. So if you really start to dig deep into it, it can mess with your mind. The final like payoff of the movie was like absurd. That's kind of something that I think has not sat well with me, is the ending of this movie. It was just so far-fetched and cheesy. I was like, what is going on? Like, it had me hooked in the last half of the movie. I said that in my review. Like, it really started to pick up, had a strong ending. It was like Freddy Krueger versus the final girl, and then it just didn't really have much payoff, in my opinion. The final shot of the movie is just absolutely ridiculous, bonkers. If you're a fan of that, let me know down below. It wasn't really for me, and it kind of just left a sour taste in my mouth when the credits rolled, because I was like, this movie had so much potential to be like Halloween, and I know that a lot of people love this movie. I'm not in the boat that loves it. I think that it's decent. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd, but like, it just wasn't really my cup of tea. I will say it was cool to see Johnny Depp, and I think this was his first ever movie role, so that was really cool to see, because he's Captain Jack Sparrow to me, obviously, but he was like this 80s teen, and I was like, oh wow, that's Johnny Depp. And some of the kills were really brutal. It just really played off of dreams so well, like no one wanted to fall asleep, and we all know that feeling when you're trying to stay awake for like maybe a movie or a sporting event, or you're trying to stay awake till midnight when you're a kid on like New Year's Eve, and your eyes just get heavy. That feeling was something that I felt throughout the movie while these characters were getting tired. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm getting tired watching this movie, and not because it's bad, just like they did such a good job of portraying that. Now, I will admit there were a few moments that dragged on too long for me where I got a little bored, which was kind of an issue, but overall, the movie was fine. Will I watch it again? Maybe with a group of people, a group of friends wants to watch A Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll watch it. I'm probably not going to pick up the Blu-ray. I'm not going to seek this one out, because I'd prefer to watch Halloween, honestly, if I'm going to watch like a classic slasher movie. It does end with a bang, like I said. Obviously, Freddy Krueger is a really cool concept, a cool villain, and like the history behind him in the town, very intriguing. However, the movie just didn't compel me enough. I'm not a die-hard horror fan, didn't grow up with this one, so the nostalgia is not there for me, but it still was a decent enough movie. 3 out of 5 stars about sums it up. Will I watch it again? Who knows? We'll see. But I think that's pretty much going to do it for my thoughts on my first time ever watching A Nightmare on Elm Street. Let me know what you guys think of the movie down below. Do you think I'm crazy that I don't absolutely love this movie, didn't give it 5 out of 5 stars? Or are you kind of in my boat where it's alright? Or do you hate the movie? Did you give it even a lower rating? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. Consider hitting the like button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I've got a lot of content planned, whether that's live streams, collabs, all that good stuff. Spooky season's continuing. We're almost to Halloween. Hope you guys are having fun watching horror movies. I've got a few more coming. I actually have a ranking of the Scream movies coming with Andy soon, and I believe I'm going to be ranking the Saw movies with Cam, my girlfriend. So I've got some horror rankings, more horror videos coming for you guys. And if you want to see any first-time watches of more horror movies, let me know down below. Notably, Midsummer is one that I'm thinking about doing. Haven't seen that movie. So if you want to see that video, I'll watch Midsummer. Just comment down below and let me know. Keep watching scary movies, keep watching movies in general. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.